Hi everybody, I'm here for a fresh new voice of YA, the Excerpt vlog, and today I'm going to be reading from the Cinderella Society by Kay Cassidy. Unfortunately, I don't actually have the book. I meant to buy it, but also my bookstore doesn't have it, which is really weird, but, well, not so weird. I don't live in a big city or anything, so, but, plus I just didn't really have the finances to buy it, and I kind of forgot about it. So, I'm just going to be reading from the end of chapter 1, which is up on Kay Cassidy's site. So if you want to read an excerpt before you go buy it, because you definitely should buy it because it's an amazing book, definitely do that. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and just read it. Since it's from chapter 1, it shouldn't be a huge, like, you don't really need to know much. So yeah. Where's your boyfriend, Clark Barr? My eyes narrowed as I watched Lexi and her girls move in. Heather stood her ground, but the quiver of her shoulders gave away her fear. She said nothing. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Oh wait, I know what's got your tongue. Lexi cocked her head. Or should I say, who? I zipped in my bag, eyeing the situation. Heather took a step back and stumbled off the sidewalk onto the asphalt. Lexi's gang circled Heather in 2 beats, and Lexi stepped forward, the sidewalk height enhancing her position of power. We can either do this my way, or I can take you down, and then we'll do it my way. The second option is more fun, but I'm feeling generous, so I'll give you a choice. Tears leaked out of Heather's eyes, helpless tears laced with anger. Only someone who'd cried them herself could recognize them at 10 paces. My feet moved before my brain could even engage. Offer stands until Monday. After that, I get to choose, and I'll make sure my choice is one they'll be talking about long after we're out of this place. Lexi crossed her arms. You're in this one alone, Clark Barr, and I come with backup, she added, nodding to the crony parade. Ready to go? I asked, finding my voice as I brushed past Lexi and landed next to Heather. Sorry that took so long. You know how cheer business is. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Lexi tense before she caught herself and resumed her haughty pose. Well, this is interesting. I can't decide which one of you is slumming. I glanced up at her. Oh, hey, Lexi. I didn't notice you behind the mountain of makeup. She's your backup, Clark Barr? Lexi looked from me to Heather. Newsflash, 2 losers do not equal a posse. I'd been without backup my entire life. All it took was one person to step forward and give you a fighting chance against a bully, but that was about as likely as winning the lottery when you were an outcast. I might not have been much on the social power scale, but at least I could be a backup for Heather. 2 was always better than 1. I squared my shoulders. You're not the only one with backup power. We're sticking together, so you'd better get used to it. Is that right? Count on it. You sure that's how you want it, Clark Barr? When Heather didn't respond, I stepped closer. She needed moral support, and I was more than willing to oblige. Anything to present a united front against the forces of evil. Instead, Heather looked at me, tears dripping like apologies down her cheek. Her voice was barely audible. I'm sorry, Jess. She turned and walked away. I was so stunned I couldn't move. I'd thrown myself on the social grenade, solidifying my status as Mount Sterling's most wanted to help a fellow outcast, who'd snubbed me right in front of the people I was trying to save her from. Worse, I wasn't even sure I could blame her. Heather had helped me pick up the pieces when Lexi blasted through my life, and I'd shunned her. Now she was the target, and I was pushing my way into her life like she didn't have a choice. Here, hypocrite, hypocrite, hypocrite. I could have ignored what was happening, could have kept my distance like everyone else, but the breaking point Lexi had been pushing me toward for weeks had finally arrived. From my efforts, I saw the first genuine smile I'd ever seen on Lexi's face. I'd given her a front row seat to my ultimate humiliation. It must be hard to be you, Parker, lucking your way onto varsity only to discover they don't want you. Not a single friend to your name. Even losers won't give you the time of day. Lexi turned to go, delivering her parting shot over her shoulder. It must really make you wonder what's wrong with you. By the time the humiliating fog cleared from my head, Lexi was halfway across the parking lot. I stared after her, trying to erase the words ringing in my ears. but it was the car idling nearby that finally snapped me out of it. Fake Blondie's voice reached my ears as she gossiped with another soon-to-be senior. A string of populars lined the car on both sides. When the crowd broke and Ryan's eyes met mine, I knew without a doubt that he'd witnessed my final downfall. My misery was complete. Drained by my lingering shame, I trudged back into school for my much-needed beverage of choice. I dropped my bag on a bench to dig one more time for cash. The sound of the bag's thump against the wood echoed through the nearly vacant halls. Funny how a place could be so alive and kicking one minute and then completely devoid of energy the next. I fished around for the money I hadn't thought to set aside while it was sprawled on the sidewalk. Since only a few people were hanging around, mostly outside, I dumped the contents of the bag in the corner near the vending machine. At the very bottom of the bag, big surprise, was my wallet. It came out almost dead last, except for one small lavender envelope that swept down to land on top of it. In small, loopy letters, it read, "For Jessica's eyes only." And I think I'm just going to go ahead and just stop there. So hopefully that piqued your interest enough to go and get it. Cinderella Society is out in stores now, from Egmont, I think that's how you say it. So please go get a copy. It's a very, it's very good, it's very inspiring, and very funny, so it's not just like one of those boring, inspiring stories. It's not. It's very funny, very compelling, so definitely go and get it, and keep an eye out for my review of it later this week, at least, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe my review, I don't know. You'll see my review sometime this week. Either you saw it already, or you'll see it in a little bit. I have no idea, because I don't know when I'm posting this stuff. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later. Bye.